you will need a rudder, a dagger board, bottom section of the mast, you can tell from this bit here, top section of the mast, just a plain long metal section, a boom, block there, that thing there, and some more blocks down there, and it's got the gooseneck, that's how you know it's the boom. A kicker, best to have a 6-to-1 with this little rope here as well as these 3 here. Downhaul, also good to have a 6-to-1. See, there's 6 ropes here. Main sheet, neatly coiled up. Obviously you need the boat. The sail, 5-3 or 4-2 or 6-4. And you make sure your boat is head to wind, ours already is. You do that by, if you look dead into the wind's coming from there. I can tell from looking into it, I can feel the wind on both ears. And that's how you know you're facing into the wind. And then you make sure your boat is facing that same direction. And you can see the sails flapping straight. If I were to turn it a bit, you can see the sail starts to go out to one side. And if your main sheet's cleated in, or your main sheet's pulled in, it could capsize the boat. So you need to make sure you always have your boat head to wind. You need to connect the 2 mast sections together. There should be some tape. Sometimes they have arrows on them and you have to line them up. See, the yellow goes with the yellow on this one and the black goes with the black. And also you can tell from this is where the downhaul connects, and if you go up to the mast keeping it in line, it's going to be that bit there facing up. If you can see that bit, the bit lines up with there. Okay, so now you pull the sail onto the mast. Just pull it all the way through. You can sometimes get stuck there, so just get it over the top. Okay. And you grab your downhaul, this one. Oh, the cleat looks like that. It's untwisted. It's easier to do it now than when it's on. There you go, that's good. Clip it onto the sail like that. And then come down here and clip it on there. Sometimes you need to pull it down a bit, depending on how long your downhaul is. So you can get a friend to help you do that. And there you go, there's it on. And that's good. And then you need to put the mast up. Sometimes you need a friend to help. Since we've done it a lot, we can do it on our own. So you bring it over here. You put it in, make sure it's in there, it will go in diagonally. And then once you can hear it click, it goes in. Then you pull the smaller rope there, and it closes. Then, I like to tie a figure of 8 because I've had slip knots that come undone and you don't want your mast falling down. So I tie a figure of 8 in there. I wouldn't recommend poking it through the hole because you can see what's happened to this one. It's just got ripped off, and then you can get your mast stuck in there sometimes. Then we attach the boom. If you can see the cleat there and the blocks, they're all at the bottom. You put this rope thing on the right side of the boat, or the starboard. Put that down there. We then need to grab the main sheet, which has been coiled lovely and neatly. We uncoil it. You should have your sail wrapped at this point, but there's not much breeze in here. Uncoil it all. First off, put it through the ratchet lock in the centre of the boat. When you pull it this way, you should be able to pull it in, and you can't pull it the other way. That's how you know you've got it the right way around. Put it in the second block, further away from the mast. Poke it through there, along, through this plastic bit here. round the block at the back, and then you go from, there should only be one block here, there will only be one block here on your boat. You go from front to back, poking it through that way, and then poke it through there. Oh, if you can get it through. And then just tie another figure of 8, which is tied over like that, round again, and back through the hole. If you want to keep a fairly big tail on that, that's probably a bit too long. Short on that bit. But you want a big tail, because otherwise it can come undone. And I've had that happen to me quite a few times. And then come down to this end. Depending on how long you know your main sheet is, just get this all sorted out and before you go out, because otherwise it can get twisted in it and stuff. So make sure that's all sorted out. And then, because I know my main sheet's roughly the right length, I'll just tie 2 figure of 8s again, if I show you how they're tied again. One and then another one just as a safety knot. So you go create that loop in the rope, go around again, back through the hole, tie that tight, and if you've tied it right, it should look something like that. And when that's done, we'll wrap the sail. Well, actually, you clip on the sail. Oh no, we'll do kicker first before you connect your sail. Attach the kicker. If you've got a 6-to-1 like this, you've got this rope here. So first off, you need to attach the rope down there. You go through this closest spot to the mast, from front to back. Oh no, from back to front, and then clip it on back to the block here, and that's how you put on your kicker. But if you only have a 3-to-1, which you should really get another thing for these, it won't have this thin rope here. So it will just be this green rope, and you can't get as much kicker on, which you need quite a lot of kicker for the strong winds. And make sure your kicker's uncleated. Make sure you do this bit correct now. Come to the back of the mast. See this loop here? Attach that on first. Then you've got the outhaul cleat clip here. Attach that on. And then you can come down to here, pull on some more outhaul. As you pull it on through this cleat, you see that will cleat. Then you pull on some more. This is a bit old, so it's not the best. And then you need to attach your rudder. Some places it's easier to bring your boat. In some spots it's easier to bring your boat down to the beach without your rudder on, because it can drag along the floor. But where we are, it's fine. So you put the rudder underneath this rope here, underneath this green rope. Slide it fully underneath. See the holes there, make sure they all match, and click it on. And you see it's gone all the way down because that bit stops it from falling out. Then for the dagger board, we grab the dagger board. I like to store it in the side toe straps just before you launch. You'll have a clip on the end, and where the painter is, there's going to be another loop halfway down. Yeah. You attach it on there, and then when you slide it in, if you're lifting it up for downwinds, it won't pop back down. And if you turtle, it shouldn't go down, so you should still be able to grab it. And that's how you rig a topper.